You're listening to What She Grows Through, a podcast dedicated to empower and uplift Black women to grow their self-worth. I'm your host, Chanel Amir, one of many dope Black women, creating a community for us to pour into and align with one another, uncovering our true feelings from sexuality to self-love, to begin growing through life and evolving into our best authentic selves. Let's get started. What's up, beautiful? It's your girl, Chanel Amir, and welcome back to another episode of the What She Grows Through podcast. I'm so excited that you're here with me in this moment. And today's episode is going to be a special one because we're just going to take a moment to do some reflecting. It's been one hell of a month, the month of June. And I'm telling you, this idea of time, it be flying. And I look down and I look back up and it was really the end of the month. Like, I can't believe it. But I've been working so hard, just like you have, I'm sure. And it's just time that we just take a break right here to look back on our journey, on how far we've come. So I want to get a little transparent and just share some of my personal wins, some moments where I feel like I've been resilient, and also some lessons that I learned along the way. So I'll also be sharing a few actionable tips or gems, for moving forward on our journeys toward wholeness and, celebrating ourselves, celebrating as women, especially Black women, and just continue to just show up mindfully for ourselves. So I feel like it's been some time since I talked about myself. I'm a mommy of two, heavy on the entrepreneur title. I have a commercial cleaning business. I'm also a storyteller. I share and give through my videography business, Chanel Amir Films, where I capture so many dope moments, but also sharing stories here on this platform with you. So yes, I'm doing so much, going after my vision of what this idea of freedom looks like, whether it's financially, spiritually, emotionally, everything, because I'm clear on how I want to live. It requires time and patience. Like, whew, oh my goodness, I'm learning so much about those two. So I know we tend to get caught up in wanting things right away. We want to have it all, to do it all, to be everything, but it takes time. And that's why I love having What She Grows Through, because I'm able to share my journey and also learn from all of you. Besides all the titles, I'm a woman who wants to live, enjoy life, enjoy my children, learn more about myself and the world and people. Like, I want to make connections and I want to just make a difference. That's where that psychology and sociology degree just keeps showing its way back into my life. So let's just start with some wins. I've had 4 events this month, and 2 were weddings, which was a big deal. In my career, I'm able to take my creative freedom of capturing so many special moments and then just being able to put them all together, piece them together, and just out comes a beautiful film that just highlights my clients' experiences. It's just amazing. It really is amazing to do, and I enjoy just being in a moment with them, capturing their moments and enjoying my time, making connections, So that was really big. I'm also getting really good at my discovery calls, where if we're booking, especially our weddings, like, I'm giving you the whole Chanel Amir experience. Like, I want to know your vision, I want to know your love story, and just share how Chanel Amir Films can help you tell your story. And I think that's dope. And I haven't really been planning, like, actually having, like, set things that I want to say. I've been just going off the dome and just being me, of course, but I've just been booking, and it's amazing because I don't know, it just gives me like I'm able to do more. I'm able to show more of what Chanel O'Mara can do. Like, it's so dope. It's dope. And the best part of it is word of mouth. I'm trying to be more on social media. That's one of my goals. I'm just grateful that my work shows for itself. So, another personal win, and I think it's a win for everyone, is we finally launched the What She Grows Through website. So much has been going behind the scenes in terms of putting together this website and, struggling with my own self-limiting beliefs, like, perfectionism, and just feeling like I have to know everything, but then really not having the funds to reach out and get more help. Like, I was in a weird situation. Finally, it's up and it looks beautiful, and I'm just so happy with it. That took a while, and I definitely think that that was a personal win of the month. We finally are able to launch, so now I'm able to do so many more things and create my blog. Another personal win is Bryce, my son. He graduated from kindergarten, and it's just so crazy how these little beings change from just 1 year. When he first went in, he was so nervous, and just seeing how he's grown and just blossomed into this new version of this little boy. I don't know. It's just nice to be able to see that, and I don't know, it's just a big deal. It was his first year of big boy school, real school, and he made so many new friends. I was able to chaperone. So that was a big deal for me because I finally was able to get in there and just see him interact with other kids and just, you know, see what my parenting has been doing, in real life. But it was just an experience, and I definitely think those were some really good wins. I was able to go and celebrate the Juneteenth, so some self care in there, some moments of resilience. Oh my God, just being a mom, an entrepreneur, a content creator, like, it's not easy at all. But I've learned that it's important to just keep pushing through the challenges. One moment that stands out to me is when, I had to balance a tight deadline for a project while being there for Bryce's field trip. At that time, I was at a Hindu temple as a contract, and it's about a 30-minute drive. So I had a cleaner in there, however, but I had to take over before transferring the contract to another person, as the responsibilities were just way too much for me to add on to my already busy schedule. I'm already managing 3 other contracts. Thank goodness they're local, but this one was out the way, and they wanted me to come in during Bryce's time. So I found the strength, to prioritize and make it all work. But I'm proud of how I was able to handle that situation. I feel like that's definitely a moment where I had to be resilient. A few other moments of resiliency were honestly just financial hurdles. Being a single woman and mommy of 2, of course, everything is up to me to take care of. With all the bills and payroll, fees to keep multiple businesses operating smoothly, fees to the contractor who helped me get a few of these contracts, kids' necessities, and trying to find whatever is left to treat myself has been very challenging. Oh my goodness. So just thinking about it, it got me feeling some type of way, but I made it through. And a few months from now, I'll be done paying a few things off, and that's when I'll be good. So right now, Chanel Lemaire Films is helping Chanel Lemaire Enterprises to stay afloat. That's what I mean, though. In these tough situations, when all I wanted to do was just get somebody else to do it, or procrastinate, or just go to sleep, I pushed through, like tears and all. But you know what? There was always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's crazy because if it was a potential client booking or just getting rid of that temple, like I found a way through. And the best thing about it all is I've been documenting my journey. Like I love going back in my journal and just reading where I was in one moment and how I was able to grow from it, like every single time. And I think that's wisdom, you know, to realize that you will make it through any challenge just like you did every other time. The trick is to be aware that you're in that moment and really use the necessary coping skills and tools to get you through. So it's a lot, you know. This month, I learned that it's so important to show up for ourselves while juggling so many roles. Like, sometimes we need to take a step back, breathe, and make time for self care. It's crucial to maintain our mental health, and that's why I want to focus on moving through to these summer months. Self care, but we'll talk about that later. So, I just wanted to give you some actionable tips or gems, to just help us continue to move forward on our journeys towards wholeness. One, we gotta make a self care a priority. Set time aside each day for whatever activity is just gonna nourish your mind. Is it gonna nourish your body or your spirit? This can be journaling, my go to, exercising, or even just enjoying like a cup of tea on the couch in quietness. We'll go more depth on this topic, self-care, in the later episodes, but another one is just to reach out for support. Connect with your friends, your family. Support groups, that's big, to share your experiences and learn from, other people around you who are on similar journeys. And this one is big, and I'm currently working through it. We don't have to do this life thing all on our own. And the best thing about reaching out for support is finding out that by just sharing your stories, you find and you learn from those around you who have similar stories. Also, make time for the friends that you have more than looking for the ones that you don't. Like, you don't got to count how many people are in your life. The goal is just to appreciate how special, and beautiful it is to keep even one close friend. Like, even that is lucky. We got to set realistic goals for ourselves, breaking them down into smaller, achievable steps to avoid feeling overwhelmed and burned out. And the big thing is we got to celebrate each step along the way. But what if we made goals that were more about loving what we have instead of chasing what we don't? What if that's what we're really searching for in the first place? Being realistic and pacing yourself. It's a marathon, remember? If there's ever a point that you just can't feel your own breath, like you're moving too fast. You just got to keep track of your breath at all times. Like, this has been a game changer for me. And be intentional with everything that you do. Remember, it's not about the quantity. It's about, of course, the quality of what we accomplish. Another one, of course, is practicing gratitude. Take time every day, to reflect on just positive things about our lives and even the progress that we made. We got to keep learning. We got to keep growing and embrace new experiences and challenges as, opportunities to learn and become a stronger, more resilient Black woman. I read in a book, I'll have the link in the show notes. I'm not sure which one because, your girl reads a lot over these parts, but it said, when you step into a library, all the knowledge in the world is before you. When you wake up each day, all the possibility in the world is too. You choose whether or not you see the books. You choose whether or not you see another day. Whew. Like, oh my God. Like, that's deep though. We gotta continue to learn, continue to want to grow, to want to be better people, to want to become the best versions of ourselves. So that's it for today's episode, beautiful. I hope you found some inspiration and encouragement in my reflections and gems. And remember that we're all in this journey together. And it's important to continue to uplift and support one another, If you like this episode, please rate it 5 stars to let other women join the journey, and definitely check out our website at whatshegrowsthrough.com. And if you would like to be on the show and share your story, all the links to communicate will be in the show notes. I look forward to talking with you again. Until then.